When it comes to personal finance, few things are as confusing as credit. Is it the score? Is it qualifying for a loan like a mortgage? It's pretty hard to nail down. But the only thing that's you're certain about is life can kind of be easier if you have good credit. But how do you get that anyway? How do you create great credit? Well, fortunately for you, there's only one thing you need to know to create great credit. Step inside the studio with me, and I'll tell you what it is. It's been said that a picture paints 1,000 words. And in my years of experience as a best-selling personal finance author, I found one word that kind of paints 1,000 pictures. And that one word is credit. Now in this video, you're going to learn one thing you'll need to know when it comes to credit.
One thing. Just one thing.
That one thing is summed up in this credit simplifying sentence from my ebook, Great Credit for a Lifetime. Your credit score is a reflection of your credit report, and your credit report is a reflection of your financial circumstances and behavior over a period of time. That's it. That's all you need to know about what credit is and how you can increase or improve your score. Now stick with me for a few more minutes, and you'll learn 3 cash flow secrets you need to know so you can create a personal financial environment where great credit can just kind of happen naturally for you. Cash flow secret number 1 for improving your credit score is to focus on what's casting the reflection. Too many people think that the score, that mystical 3-digit number is the most important thing. But as we just covered, your score is merely a reflection of your credit report. And while there's no shortage of statistics about how many credit reports have errors and how those, errors need to be corrected, you shouldn't jump the gun on that correction process until you focus on what's casting the reflection on your credit report in the first place. And your personal financial circumstances and behavior are the source of that reflection. The next question then is, what steps must you take to create a personal set of financial circumstances and behavior where great credit can just kind of happen naturally? For that, let's take a peek at cash flow secret number 2. Cash flow secret number 2 is to understand what makes up your credit score. There are just 5 factors that go into generating that mystical 3-digit number. They are your payment history, which focuses on whether or not you're paying your bills on time. This makes up about 35% of your score. Then there's the balances that you owe, which has to do with your credit limits. Are you maxing them out, or do you have plenty of room between how much you could be borrowing and what you actually owe? This makes up about 30% of your score. Then there's the length of your credit history. This factor has to do with whether or not you're creditor hopping. Do you have long relationships with your creditors, or are you hopping from one to another? This makes up about 15% of your score. Then there's new credit. This factor is about how often you try to open new accounts, like those, hey, apply for our XYZ store card today and you can save 15% on anything you purchase. Those types of offers. The more new accounts you apply for, the more negative the impact. This factor makes up about 10% of your score. And finally, the types of credit you use. Some have positive impact, others, not so much. Excessive use of credit cards, for instance, can be interpreted to mean you're not very good at managing your cash flow, and that can have a negative impact on your score. Now, if you want a detailed explanation of what these factors are and how to have as positive an impact as you can on them, you can download a free copy of my book, Great Credit for a Lifetime, in the link below. It's a complete guide to, creating great credit that will last you a lifetime. But make no mistake about it, focusing on what's casting the reflection is what's most important, because if you go through all the trouble of ensuring the accuracy of your credit report before you're focused on your personal financial circumstances and your behavior, you could just be wasting your time. And that's exactly what cash flow secret number 3 is all about. The third cash flow secret is to master your personal cash flow. How you manage the flow of cash through your life is reflected on your credit report. Now, as we outlined in cash flow secret number 2, there are 5 things credit agencies like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion take into consideration when they generate your score. So mastering your personal cash flow is how you impact those 5 credit score generating factors. You need to make sure you're paying your bills on time, and while you're ensuring that you're making payments on time, you also must focus on lowering the balances you owe. I call this the spread. For instance, if you have a $2,000 credit limit on a credit card and you're constantly running a balance of $1,800, that will have a less positive impact than, say, if your balance was only $400. And for the final 3 credit scoring factors, you need to just maintain the accounts you have now and realize that hopping from one creditor to another, well, that's just a bad idea. And opening more credit card accounts isn't helping, even if you're promised a discount for filling out the application. And finally, you need to limit the use of credit cards altogether. Realize that using them for everyday expenses like, groceries, that's a really bad idea. Now, if you're thinking, well, how can I survive without credit cards? Then taking steps to master your personal cash flow is what you really need to do. If you'd like more information on how you can start your personal journey towards personal cash flow mastery while simultaneously creating great credit for a lifetime, then download a free copy of my ebook, Great Credit for a Lifetime. This 123-page ebook completely outlines how to do what the title says. It will walk you through discovering how to transform debt and credit chaos into a fabulous financial future. And I want to give you a free copy as my way of saying thanks for watching this video. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to our channel? Our channel is dedicated to one simple but very important thing.
What's the one thing?
Helping you end up with more money. So click the link below and tell me where to send your free copy of Great Credit for a Lifetime, and then subscribe to our channel. And if you like this video, hey, click the like button and then tell me what your thoughts are and what you found to be most helpful in the comments. Your feedback is very important to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.